Suspense for Reed. Me first. Good evening, everybody. My name is Margaret Laxani Karma. Of course, I'm a resident from Arlington, and I need to read this, or else I won't be able to properly endorse our good friend Reed. So I'm here to introduce my friend Reed Goldstein for re-election to the Arlington School Board. Reed has worked hard for us these past 3 years. As you already know, our schools in Arlington are highly desired and highly effective. And Reed has been instrumental in continuing that success. But what Reed does best is not only listen. He does not do lip service when he says he will work for the true needs of our children. He provides an immediate transparency with parents like me in engaging us as true partners in the education needs of our children. And that he makes it clear that he will put our students' needs first all the time. I saw this firsthand when APS proposed dramatic changes last year to force, and I will say that, to force Stratford students in an integrated learning environment without consulting parents first. Stratford School houses severely disabled students, and my son is among them. Unfounded reports of our children's school needs were presented to APS without our input and consent. Along with many of you here tonight, you fought hard with us. Reed especially took the time beyond the clock to engage directly with me, including the majority of parents whose voices were given deaf ears by APS. When we brought this to Reed, he took action and did not only listen, he worked with APS administrators and members of the school board. He made sure that the voices of special education families were heard. That has always been Reed's focus through the years of advocacy and leadership. It's an honor for me to be here tonight and invite you to please join me in supporting Reed for another term.
Thank you so much, Margaret. I'm humbled by that introduction. Good evening, everyone. I'm Reed Goldstein. I timed the speech out to 4 minutes and 50 seconds, so I'm going to take the last 10 seconds and introduce my wife, Carol, in the back. Carol, you want to stand up? And say, from the bottom of my heart, that I could not be serving in this role without her. So thank you. It has been an honor to serve on the Arlington School Board. Public service, as Maya Angelou said, is the rent we pay for a place on earth. I'm here tonight to announce my campaign for a second term. Due to the efforts of the people in this room and many others, Arlington Public Schools are envied for excellence, achievement, and openness for all. We have challenges, but the hardest challenges result from our success. Our school population is climbing rapidly because families really want their students in Arlington schools. And this means new buildings, which are challenging to build in a community with high standards and with a tradition of respect for and engagement of the neighbors of any new public facility. And then we have to adjust boundaries, meaning families have to move schools and they don't want to because their schools are so good. These are tough issues, but we don't want to be in a situation where people are eager to leave our schools or that we don't care how new buildings affect the neighborhoods. We have another tough issue, also stemming largely from Arlington's success. We've been setting the bar for teacher compensation in this area, and now the other jurisdictions are catching up. So we need to work even harder to keep the best teachers in the region, and I will tell you right now that that is something I pledge to do. Thank you. The learning curve for school board members is steep and continuous. Like when I heard early in my term about the tuba gap. What? The tuba gap? Well, it turns out if you practice at home and you play with the rest of the group at school, the tuba is too big to carry on the bus. So we need more tubas. And I must admit, I'd never thought of that before, but that doesn't mean it's not important or that we don't have to address it. So a re-election is a chance to think about where APS is going. What do we need to focus on in the coming years? And we can't just move from one immediate issue to another. We need guiding principles. And these are mine. First, instruction. Focus on what is going on inside the classroom, even as we build more classrooms. That is what Arlington's success story is all about. We have added nearly 1,000 students a year for the last 10 years, but people are flocking to APS because we're keeping the level of instruction high. I will maintain focus on the instructional excellence that makes Arlington schools the envy of the region, and on helping each child reach their full potential. Number two, teachers. We need to have the best teachers and fairly compensated. We don't get excellent instruction just by building a classroom or providing technology, no matter how good they are. We must retain and support our teachers and continue to recruit the best. Three, integrated planning. The arrival of Amazon has made the need to develop long-range integrated plans more acute. Integrated across our projection, siting, finance, instruction, technology, community engagement, and capacity planning functions, and integrated with our partners in the county government. Four, stress. Our students are stressed. It is a huge problem, and it's getting worse and not better. Our schools are the environment where they spend most of their day. We need to examine how that environment is contributing to that stress and figure out ways to stop it. We can't take all the stress out of our students' lives, but we have to support them so the stress does not become destructive. And dealing with stress is one of the skills we know our students will need as they continue their education and their lives. Finally, 5, inclusion. We need to maintain an environment where everyone is welcomed and valued and where they can pursue their best. This is not a pie-in-the-sky aspiration. It must be the baseline for everything we do, and it cannot be negotiable. So I am eager for the opportunity, with your support, to work on these issues, and I ask for your support and for your vote for my campaign for re-election to the Arlington School Board. Thank you.